I promise you, there is a way to run a successful business, even if you don't like marketing, or even if you feel like you're not good at marketing. And all of that comes down to the optimization of your brand. You see, marketing is what's going to gain you visibility, right? That's going to be what gets people in front of you. It's going to be what gets people to recognize you and notice you. And that's perfect, right? And you do have to do that if you are running a business. But you don't have to be a kick-ass marketer in order to find business success. But you do have to develop a very strategic brand if you aren't going to do as much marketing as, say, one of those kick-ass marketers is. Now, before we go any farther into this, my name is Hunter Myers. I am the face and mind behind Verger Design Co. And I'm so excited to be tackling this project with you. We are a branding and design studio dedicated to helping women in queer-owned businesses optimize their brands so they can scale and land the kind of clients and opportunities they want to be landing. Now, let's talk about the difference between good marketers and brand universes. Now, before we dive into that, I do want to tell you kind of what I mean by a brand universe. So a lot of people, when they think about branding, they are focusing on, okay, like maybe logos, color palettes, fonts, call it good, right? But your brand is so much more than that. It is actually the scaffolding behind which everything else in your business and your visibility starts to operate. And so when I talk about building a brand universe, what I am meaning is creating a full experience, looking at your brand from all sides, doing this 360 view, and creating something that your clients and customers want to be a part of. You see, the difference between really good marketers and really good brand builders is the longevity of the time a client is going to spend with the business. So when we think about marketing, the goal, right, is we kind of think of this funnel. I'll put a graphic up. But we think of this funnel, right? And so you have this really wide open part and you're trying to gather as many people as you can, and eventually you kind of funnel them down into the few that buy from you. The problem with this is you are really looking at a massive range. We're doing quantity over quality in a lot of these ways that marketing is currently being taught. Whereas if you look at branding, I want you to think of that funnel flipped upside down. So when optimizing your brand and building a brand universe, you are starting with the base and building up to then make sure that anything that you then go to market perfectly ties back to what it is your brand does, who you serve, how it operates, and the experience that you intend to create. When you do this right, when you follow my Brand Matchmaker method that is based on building long-term client relationships, you have an easier time with the marketing because you have developed those relationships with people who then want to go tell individuals about your brand. They want to talk about the experience that they had. People are excited to be involved with you. You've built this brand universe that will do a lot of marketing for you. And so then you can choose the marketing activities that you feel best align with you instead of feeling like you have to do everything in order to make ends meet. So what are some of the pieces of this brand matchmaker method? And what are the elements of a brand universe? So we'll start with the method. There are different layers and each layer builds on top of the other. You have to start at the base before you can move on. The first phase is knowing yourself. This is understanding your values, your mission, your direction and vision. That's at the base. Then you need to figure out who you are trying to target. Who do you want to care about your products and services? Who is it best serving? You need to figure out what is their buyer psychology? What is the buyer sociology? So a lot of people don't talk about this, but how do they interact in groups? How are they interacting in a society kind of format? When we are building brand universes, we want to think about the community side of things. We want to think about how people are interacting, not just individually with a product or service or landing page, but overall with the culture of the brand that we are creating. Number 3 is all about uncovering that chemistry. You want to figure out who is the real right fit here. How are you positioning yourself? How are you creating the right messaging that is aligning those people that you want to be targeting with your offers and your brand? Then it's all about setting the mood, right? This is creating the map and the journey that your buyers are going to go through very strategically in order to be able to make a commitment to you and your brand. Just like with dating, there are many phases of commitment that happen. And so you're gaining yeses at each of these phases with your buyers as well. And so that's where this comes in, as well as the visual storytelling. A lot of people think about messaging as this conscious thing that occurs, right? Like when a customer is viewing your messaging, everything that they're kind of interpreting is happening on a conscious level. But the visuals of your brand are the subconscious part of the influence that you can provide for customers and clients. This is the thing that's going to affect their mood. It's going to determine whether or not they feel comfortable engaging or interacting. It's going to either remove walls or add walls. It's going to help them self-select as well. It's going to help them get a better feel for whether they can afford your services or not. Like there are so many things that the visuals do on a subconscious level that help make your marketing and the buyer process and selling so much easier from a brand perspective. Then you've got that marriage moment, right? When are they finally like really committing to the brand? Not just getting your freebies, not just interacting here and there, but are like, you know what? No, like I want to purchase, I want to do this larger commitment with this person. I'm committing to interacting with this brand. And then after that, that's where you're building the happily ever after. Post-sale, how are you continuing to interact with these customers to keep them long-term? Because the reality is, the longer you can keep a customer interacting with your brand, purchasing from your brand, the cheaper your marketing becomes. Because you are not having to attain new individuals in order to fill your pipeline and fuel your business. This is called customer lifetime value. And it is so crucial for successful, sustainable business growth. And that is what a brand universe is built to do. So it is 100% possible to run a successful business, even if you don't like marketing. But if you don't like marketing, you have to make sure that you are optimizing your brand. Otherwise, this will not work. Now, if you want help doing this, I've got a number of other videos that talk about these processes, a number of other videos as well that talk about why it is so crucial to hire help in this process. I'll link some of them here. If also you found this helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you would like to have a conversation with me to talk about how we can optimize your brand to make sure that even if marketing isn't your favorite thing, we are still bringing in the clients and customers and retaining them to make sure that you have a successful business. So I will share links to how you can get in contact with me in the description as well. Until next time, have fun, keep killing it, rock your brand. I'll see you in the next one.